2021 and you may be looking to land your first IT job. Stick around, we got some tips for you. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we got 6 tips for you to hopefully land that first IT job. Let's get started and let's review these tips. Tip number 1, market yourself. Remember, you are your own best advocator. All right, you have to sell yourself and show enthusiasm, which means when you go to that interview, when you go and speak to people, when you email or have correspondence with them, be enthusiastic. Show them you want that position, okay? And then also tailor your resume, tailor your application, right, for that position. Highlight your skills, right? Highlight your really good aspects and make sure that you're putting your best foot forward in that interview. Best quote I've ever heard is, "You're only perfect one time, and that is during your interview process." Tip number 2, when you're preparing for your first IT job, a lot of controversy between degrees or certifications. One thing here to remember, both are looked at. It depends on the company, depends on the hiring manager. Some companies and some hiring managers want to see certifications. Other ones want to see maybe a degree. I can tell you that most hiring positions, most positions when they're posted, they all have associate's degree, bachelor's degree, or X amount of experience, and then maybe reference some certifications. Choose a path. Choose a path, whether it's certifications, whether it is degree, and stick to it and get it. Me personally, I like to go certifications. I don't go college. It's worked for me so well, so far so good, and hopefully it'll work for you. But choose a path, stick with it, and get some sort of paper to help back your claim. Tip number 3, look for positions that cross technologies. What does that mean? Help desk positions are perfect examples and good entry level positions, whether you have a degree or certification to get into them, right? But when you're looking to maybe further your career, say help desk is a good starting point, right, to get your foot in, but you want to be network engineer or web developer or whatever you want to be, database admin. Look for positions that cross that technology. Yes, you might be doing desktop support, you might be doing tier 1 help desk. But if you are doing tier 1 help desk at a location where they don't have a network engineer on site and they look for the local site to perform hands-on networking, as far as cabling it up and preparing things when you have refreshes or whatever, that is a perfect opportunity for someone who's inspiring to be a network engineer, right? To get at least a little bit of hands-on experience, a little bit of interaction dealing with them. You may not be doing that at the very beginning if you're hired on, there's someone senior to you, but it's a great way to potentially get exposure and show enthusiasm to work towards that goal. Tip number 4, networking. I'm not talking about networking computers together. I'm talking about networking with individuals. While you are your own best advocate, the more people you network with, the better chance you have in having someone realize that there's a job and possibly recommending you for that job. Or, hey, guess what? Uh, Joe just told me you have a job. Guess what? I'm going to go apply for it and maybe use them as a reference. Remember, more people you have looking, more people having you feed information, more people who know you, right, and know what your skills are, the better your odds of getting that first position with no experience. Tip number 5. I think this is one of the tips that are overlooked. Everyone knows that they should do it, but it's always one of those last minute, gotta procrastinate, and then you have to go and get it done. And that is prepare for your interviews. Okay? What do I mean by that? Look over the job description, figure out where your good matches, obviously advocate on those good matches, but choose 2 or 3 items that you can almost bet that are going to be during the interview process as far as what are they looking for. Say you're not strong in phone systems. You've never dealt with phone systems, right? Guess what? That's a perfect time to go to Udemy or YouTube. YouTube is free. look up the videos about phone systems, look up the technologies they mention, at least get a high level understanding of the technology, a little bit of key terms, and be honest when you're at the interview. Hey, I've never dealt with those specifically, but I can tell you this and I'm willing to learn. That's number one. Number two of this category, of this tip, is research the company. When you go in for an interview, I've had it multiple times where they're, hey, what do you know about this company? What do you know about what we do? If you can show that you've researched it, it shows enthusiasm and it shows that you want to work there. And when you want to work there, when you're willing to learn, you are going to appeal much better to your hiring manager. Next thing in the step 5 is look on the LinkedIn website. Go and find that hiring manager. Go and find someone at the company. Look for people. See what they're looking at. See what they're posting. See what maybe you can network with them, right? Ask them to connect after your interview. Send them a message. Hey, great. Nice to meet with you today. Look forward to meeting with you. Even if you don't get the position, right? Send them a message and say, I appreciate you for meeting with me. I I'm had a good time doing it, and if you feel real confident, like you rocked that interview, maybe you can get that position or get that person to change their mind about that position. You never know. Next aspect of preparing for your interview, prepare for common questions, right? These interviewers, when you're going in for the interview, there's some common questions you may be able to prepare. Look over your job description and highlight some key areas where you think common questions are going to be ready for. For example, if you're looking at a position that may be network centric, right? If that is your goal, right? May not be entry level, but might be your goal. They may ask you, hey, if you're having this issue, .u on a ping, what does that mean, right? Research what that means and be prepared for those answers. Last part, and what I advocate for personally, and what I always do, is Google 2 or 3 days before the interview, if you have time, about your position that you're looking for, right? About the technologies you're not familiar with. Make sure you're familiar with the technologies you feel you're strong in, right? Make sure you're prepared for those. Okay. Treat it as like a final. Make sure that you're putting your best foot forward, show enthusiasm, and stay interested, and hopefully you'll land that position. The last tip, tip 6. Most people don't like to hear it, but it's a reality we got to live in. When you're going for an entry level, or when you're going for your first IT job, be prepared to start low, meaning be prepared to start entry level. Help desk, work your way up, right? Just because you have a bachelor's degree in computer sciences does not mean you're going to start out as a manager of a help desk team. You may start out a tier up, right? Maybe a senior, but I be prepared to start entry level and work your way up. If you do that, and if you show that good mindset, you already have that backing paper wise. You'll be able to go through the ranks as long as there's positions available. If not, there's always good experience. And once you get experience, it's easier to move to higher level positions. Thank you for watching these 6 tips for getting your first IT job in 2021. Good luck to you, and let me know how it goes.